I haven't done this in a long time. And just for an example, this package has been sitting since the end of December while I redid my office and everything. And you'll see when we get into it. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you're having a great day, whatever time you may be watching this. Now, as you can see, I'm no longer filming with my kitchen behind me. I have my office set up. As you can see, I have my dual monitor stacking desk. This is where I do my work behind me. And on this side, you can see, well, you can't actually see the bookcases, but you can see part of it where I have the BCW long boxes sitting on top of that. So again, no longer am I filming in the back with the kitchen backdrop, which is a lot better because I have an actual light source coming through the window here now, and it just gives me a little bit of a better, just a better setup. So like I was saying in the intro, this box has been sitting here since around Christmas time, and it got stuck in one of the boxes as I was moving everything around, clearing out the room, rearranging everything. And when I started to unpack everything last week, after finally getting all the stuff together, all the stuff, including the cable company out here to fix everything. I had to upgrade to a Wi-Fi 6 system from an old Netgear R7000 that had 3 little antennas on it. So everything seems to be working better for me. So I'm going to try to get back into the swing of things. So we're going to open this right now and see if I can remember what in the hell the importance of each of the books that I ordered was. So let's get into this box. This is from my comic shop, and I do know that there are a few Wonder Twins #1 in here because I got them for $1 each. This was part of their $1 weekly sale. And with James Gunn taking over DC and everything, you never know. He likes weird characters. I mean, he's the one that brought in Guardians of the Galaxy for whatever reason. Don't get me started on that series, that whatever you want to call it, franchise, because I hate it. I absolutely hate that. If I wanted to see Guardians of the Galaxy, I wanted to see the original ones. Especially when you take into consideration that Yondu was an original, with the 1967 team, with Major Vance Astrovic and Nikki, who was the Diamond Lady or whatever the hell it was. To me that was the intro, from that one, and then from the 1990 series. To me, that is Guardians of the Galaxy, not this stuff that we saw with, a weird version of Drax. To me, Drax is the guy who was, part of the actual original Infinity Gauntlet storyline. No, I'm thinking something different. Never mind. He was the one where him and his daughter were driving down the road, and when Thanos came to Earth, he drove his car with him and his daughter, who later becomes Moondragon, off the road. He was given the opportunity by Mentor to become Drax, and to me, that's Drax, not the thing that we saw, Dave Bautista play, even though Dave Bautista was great. But anyway, let's get back to the point of the video. And so first we're going to look at Secret Empire Brave New World #2. This is, let's see, first appearance of Rayshon Lucas as the Patriot, something like that. Like I said, it's been sitting here for 3 months, and I'm finally getting around. Today is April 3rd. So from Christmas to now, it's been about 3 months, and so this one was, let's see, guys, work my way back into these things, but Brave New World. And we're not talking about the DC series because that's the one with the first appearance of the second Adam. I can't think of his name now. Ryan Choi. Yes. Okay, so this is the first appearance of Rayshon Lucas as as Patriot. So, this one cost $2.40 before shipping and tax. I actually don't even have this in my spreadsheet to tell me what the final cost was. But for a very fine, this to me looks more like a 9.6 to 9.8. For a black book, a black border and everything, I don't see any spine ticks whatsoever on a cursory look. And on the back with the blue cover, I don't see anything there either. So this I'm usually almost always happy with my comic shop. Almost always, except when they sent me, it was Eclipso #1. I bought 2 copies of that, and the cover, it was so brittle and so old that the interiors literally slid out from the cover. Okay, so next book is Web of Scarlet Spider #1. And obviously with Scarlet Spider being in the new Sony crap, it's actually kind of interesting how the Sony Spider-Verse in terms of Into the Spider-Verse and everything is so good, yet everything else that they've done is not so good, save for the very first Spider-Man. And I'd probably even say maybe the first Amazing Spider-Man with, I can't think of his name, not Tobey Maguire, the second one, I can't think. But yeah, this one's really nice. This also was a very fine. This is a direct copy. The only thing is, I don't know if this will pick it up. Yeah, you can see some, some spine issues there in terms of rubbing, but nothing too terrible. And this one was, I'm looking at my spreadsheet for no reason because I don't have it on my spreadsheet. So yeah, this one, that one ran me $2.40 also. Next book up is, yeah. This is a good one. Avengers Standoff, Assault on Pleasant Hill, Omega. This one is the first appearance of the new Quasar. Don't remember her name. It's her first appearance, and then she becomes Quasar. This is Avril Kincaid. Yes. Her first appearance as Quasar, which is pretty cool. Quasar I always liked as a character, even when he was Marvel Man and then became Quasar. This was a very fine. This is also the first appearance of Kobik, which off the top of my head, Kobik is the humanoid version of the Cosmic Cube. And this has the little pull-out section of Civil War II intact, so that's good. And again, this one worried me because as a blue cover, it's something that you would expect if there's any kind of damage, it would show up very, very clearly. And aside from like right here a little bit, it's not even a spine tick. There's no spine ticks on this whatsoever. And that's what I was hoping for. So that's awesome. So I'm very happy with that one as well. And that one also cost $2.40. So that's it for the variety hour. Now we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 copies of Wonder Twins #1. Why did I buy it? Well, like I said, they were in the, they were part of the dollar sale. 2 of them were very fine. Two of them are near mint. I would anticipate that all of them are actually near mint. They probably have maybe a little bit of waviness or something where, there's not going to be anything like terribly, like, not like a very fine, where you would expect like, the 8.0 range. But the way that they do it is, if there's a little bit of wrinkling or waviness to it, they'll drop it and make it a very fine. And you can see like a stack. It's got a stacking bend, where it kind of dips in a little bit and then goes out. So that's something that's easy to press out. But like I said, James Gunn taking over DC. He's already had a proclivity for weird characters, and he's been tweeting out like cryptic stuff about weird characters. I would love to see him go forward with this and go forward with the Fourth World stuff that was canceled, because that stuff is just cool and it's different. But that's it. Seriously, I know it's Wonder Twins, but hell, for spec, for $1, who wouldn't do that? Especially seeing what happened when they first announced it and how that and Extreme Justice #9 just took off to the stratosphere. So, let me know what you think about that. Don't bash me. I'm not, I'm buying that for spec. I'm not buying that for myself. Trust me. It's one of those things that I'm buying it to, hopefully wait for James Gunn to come back and say, hey, we're gonna go forward with the Wonder Twins movie that was in the works. So thanks for watching. Hopefully, we'll get back into the groove with some of these things, because I just haven't bought anything, to be honest. After that, I haven't bought anything until March, the last week of March, which is going to be my next two videos. So I haven't even had anything. So, between tax season, because I'm an accountant, and just moving everything and doing all the work is just, I just haven't had the time or the inclination to sit there and buy anything. So like I said, hopefully we'll get back into the swing of things, start making some videos on actual topics rather than just unboxings. So we'll see what happens. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.